Hello, this is Sean from netSec. Today we're going to go over the third tutorial in the software challenges. Go ahead, open up tutorial 3. And if you've watched the other tutorial videos or any of the other ones, this third one you can see there's no text box, there's no button to press. So, instructions say we have to modify our code to change this. So this is where we need to start changing our executable to get it to do something we want it to. So we'll drop our tutorial 3 in here. Start taking a look. So, as I've said before, I always like to start here. Okay, colon form 1. And we have this is secure equals true. Check security initialize and check security call. So, if it's not secure, you see our little bang there. If not secure, looks like we get our password. And this is done in our constructor, so that's when our form starts up. So we need to modify that value. And there's a couple ways we can go about this. We can, as I've said in other tutorials, there are tons and tons of different ways you can approach it. You can be very surgical, you can change certain values, you can be more scorched earthy, just kind of like blow all the code away. So realistically we have a number of options here. We can blow away this stuff, and then so when check security gets called, just ignores this check, goes through. We can go here and we can try to change this value, which will produce the same result. So there's we easily have a lot of really interesting options we can work with here. So in this case, what I think we want to do is we should probably just look at maybe changing this to false. Now, that'll be very surgical, but we could still be very surgical here and change this check or remove it, or but the more you change, especially if you're removing code, you could have artifacts or unintended consequences. So now I'm using reflex.il, and what we're going to want to do here is we have to look at our instructions, so our opcodes. See here, based on our opcodes, we're going to call, got some data here, and then pushing a value in, and then we got our initialize. So here, this initialize, form 1 initialize is here. So we enter the method, calling the constructor, so it's all here, and then we've got this, which is just basically it's null up, nothing there. And then we have this. You can see here, it pushes the value 1 on the evaluation stack as in 32. And then, right here, we can see that it's setting the value is secure. So it's pushing 1, which Boolean would be true, and then it's setting the value. So what we could do, go here, we can change this to 0. And so we're going to push a value of 0 onto the evaluation stack. Go ahead and update that. So now what I like to do is using reflex.il, let's just save as. And I like to refresh. So I delete that, and we'll pull in our patched version. Let's go back in here and let's just take a look to see if what we did changed anything. So now you can see we're pushing false in here. So modification of our opcodes changed our IL, and when we saved it back up, it's all changed. So I'm going to open that. Go ahead and I'm going to run this patched version. You can see there's my code. That I would then go back to the netSec website, put it in the challenge, get my skill points for it. So, using reflex.il, there are a lot of opcodes, and Thankfully, they give you some, tips about what they all mean, everything like that. So if you see something like, this one, you go here and edit, replace it, you can kind of see what's around it. Like you have this 40, 41, 42, 43, 47, oh, pushes 2. So you can kind of figure out by reading it, looking at your opcodes, finding markers. So like, oh, this initialized component one. Oh, that's right there. So like, okay, I know this stuff is right here, so this stuff must be right here. So you can usually line everything up and then get it in there. It's a little bit more complicated with these kind of null ops that litter between all the instructions, but once you start looking at it, you'll get used to it and it'll become more natural. Thanks for watching the video. Hope to see you next time.